Good morning, beautiful people. This is AL Thick Madame, and I am actually leaving work on time. Didn't have to come in early, and I don't have to stay over today. 3 people volunteered to work. So, that is what saved 3 of us. Can't believe it. Tomorrow I'm going to have to come in unless a miracle happens and somebody actually calls to let me know that my spot has been taken, but that still leaves me in danger of having to come in on Thursday. As of right now, part of me is kind of hoping that I at least have to work 4 hours on tomorrow so that I can get at least 4 hours off on Thursday. I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm tired in my spirit. Like, my body's like, yay, but still kind of like broke down a little bit because we be doing the most. So anyway, I guess I'll get to telling y'all about what has been going on. Once these people move on out the way, now you know good and well you're supposed to have a plate on the front and the back of your car. What is going on here? Anyway, let me turn this light off. All right, y'all, and we're off to the races. I'm leaving work, and I am very ecstatic that I'm leaving work. I don't know if when I get home I'm going to be in the mood to wash my hair and do something to it. I want to do a protective style, but every time I have attempted over the last couple of weeks, I've been so exhausted that I haven't felt like doing it, so nothing has happened. But I really hope that I'll be okay. And I'm gonna keep checking, but I think my monthly visitor is gone. And because of the time in which it came on, it stayed on for 3 days. So I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute now. I'm very, very, very surprised. But not really, because when I've done alkaline before, it regulated and evened out to the way that it's supposed to be. Nobody's menstrual cycle should surpass 3 days. And I've always been told that I have, and I'm prone to having irregular menstrual cycles. When my mama's was doing the most before she got her hysterectomy, she was basically like the woman in the Bible who had an issue of blood, and my sister actually ended up being the same way. And I'm not sure if it had anything to do with the both of them being the same blood type or what, but my sister's gone through a lot of the similar things that my mama's gone through as far as that is concerned. So y'all, I'm just glad that it's off, or at least I think it's off. So we're gonna see how that goes. A lot of stuff happened today. Even though I only worked 8 hours, a lot of things popped off today. Somebody's husband got fired. We just found out about this. I don't know if it happened yesterday or what, but it just happened not too long ago. He got fired because he fell asleep on the job. He's been pulling a lot of overtime because they're drowning in debt and bills and all this. And this is the same person I told y'all about who, the wife who does the same job that I do, at least for the time being. Her son was in a terrible wreck where it claimed the life of his girlfriend. And the medical bills and all that is just racking up. The husband was going through it at the same time, had like broke his leg or something, so she trying to take care of him and her son, and it was just a lot. It was a lot going on, and she already was drowning in debt before this happened. And it's like a lot of bad stuff always happens to her, even though he was the one who lost his job. Essentially now everything is on her back until he gets another job somewhere else. So anyway, y'all, that happened. Then I'm minding my business and I go on my lunch break. So before that even happened, first of all, in my department, like with what we have going on right now, the absolute most is popping off. And I'm so sick and tired of it because they only want a specific number of people up there doing what we do. They used to have 3 per department, which made sense, so that there is always one person on each end. But now, they're just like, There are people who ruined it because they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do, especially if it didn't have nothing to do with work. So the few people who weren't doing what they were supposed to do messed it up for the people who were. So now, at least in my department, 99% of the time we break each other out and that's it. And whenever we have other stuff that needs to be done, one of us does it and the other person just watches everything, the entire department. It's a lot that we have to do. So, like I said, without telling y'all exactly what I do, we have to do a lot because of what's going on right now. And when I tell y'all, my partner was behind all day until like the last hour of the day because it was just so much going on. I was just like, Lord, like he really don't never be behind like that. Like he normally come help me, and today was no different. Even though the old him is trying to slip away. I told him, I was like, no, you can't be like this. Like, don't be like them. Because, like, at times you can become jaded. Some people can find themselves becoming jaded. And they're just like, oh, well, since y'all did this to me, and y'all consistently do this to me, let me do y'all like y'all do me. And it's like, I get it. But here's the, like, he'll say that, and then, like, out of habit, he'll come and do something. Or he'll go all the way somewhere else to another department to help somebody, and he'll see them in need, and he'll go do it. And then he'll come and tell me, he was like, I wasn't even supposed to go over there, but I went over there and I did this, that, and the other. And I'm like, because you are still you. You've been being this particular type of person for a while, so just like me, like, I'm just inclined to help. If I see you, you know, struggling or in need, I'm going to try my best to help you the best way I can. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, but I understand, on the other hand, why he feels like he needs to pull back and not do what he was doing before. And I mean, like I said, I get it, but I don't want him to become bitter and, you know, become like the other people, because the other people are usually trash anyway. And they be having the audacity to complain. So, yeah, we was going through it all day. I did okay. They had like did the most, and then with one particular part of my department that on my side that I had to run, I came back, I was like, dang, they must have, I don't know, they did the most. And like he had no choice somewhat but to come down there and like do some stuff, which I didn't anticipate happening because they doing the most. That was the reason why. So it is what it is. Despite all that, we had a really, really, really good day. We didn't have to work over. I'm happy. Y'all, this man only took one break. I told him, I said, you need to take another break, because he normally takes two. He'll take his lunch break first because he never knows when he's going to be able to take his normal break, because anything can happen. So for the last few months, that's the way he's been doing his time. So I said, okay, cool. And because if nothing else, you need to clock out and clock back in for your lunch breaks. That's what you're supposed to do. And they're even cracking down and giving people write-ups, and then having a laundry list of things that are going to lead up to eventually terminating people if they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And I'm like, I mean, people make mistakes. Now, if you somebody that is habitual, you're a habitual doer of these things that cause people to have to just continuously have to like come to you and say, hey, you didn't do this right again, you didn't do this right. I understand that, because it's like, all right, now some of y'all been here long enough to know what you're supposed to do by now. But like for me, every now and again, it like the last time somebody came to me, it was because they said that I missed a punch. Made it seem as though I didn't. I mean, my supervisor said, what time did you get here today? I saw on the computer that you didn't clock in. I said, what do you mean? I did clock in. I heard, because it makes a noise, and it made the noise, and it wasn't like a rejection noise. So I was like, okay, what in the world are you talking about? I was like, and that day I actually got there early. That's why I was like, okay. And this was before we had the big meeting and all this other stupidity that then popped off. Sir, you're going to get ran over. Yeah, I don't like y'all rolling up on me, so let me go over here. I don't know what you doing. But I'm just like, honey, I don't understand what y'all got going on. And I ain't got time for it. Please, so I would rather do everything I'm supposed to, like, do that to the people who have a habit of always doing this and you got to keep cleaning up behind them. I understand that. But anyway, the people be doing too much in their lives. Let me pause this because I don't know what. All right, y'all. So y'all already know the routine. I'm getting my car washed. Anyway, so despite all of that, y'all, guess what else happened today? With it, well, let me put it like this: within the last 12 hours, because everything didn't start at work. So before I got to work, somebody was telling me, the guy who I told y'all about, who reached out to this woman who no longer works there and was trying to roll up. And I'm like, why is he doing this? He doing the most. Y'all, excuse me. I don't know if this is dirty or what. Oh, it's just the sun. So, he reached out to her. He keep on reaching out to her, trying to get her to have sex with him. And he has a girlfriend. And I'm like, why do you do this? And then you've already apologized. But then this last time he gonna try to say, oh, well, I didn't know you had a man. She was like, you did. I told you, no, I'm not interested. I have a man. So I don't want to have sex with you. He'll send the picture of himself. He got this one picture. This one unsolicited picture that he continuously sends people. And I'm just like, and the reason I know is because he sent me one today. And I'm just like, why? But I got to lead up to why he, I guess you could say, essentially finally sent me the picture. And I'm just like, but I told you I'm not interested anyway. Child. Get to work, minding my business. It was so busy that I didn't have a chance to check my phone. And then, y'all, I done lost. Unless it dropped out in this car, I don't know where it is. It's probably lost at work forever. I don't really care. But I had a little Bluetooth earpod, and I lost it. I don't know where it is. It ain't in my pocket. Normally, I'll put it in my pocket, or I'll sit it on something because somebody done walked up to me and started talking. Like, people walk up to me and start talking to me all day. So it's like, dang it, let me take this out my ear so I can hear what they're saying. And I done lost the thing or sat it somewhere. I don't know what it is. But I have several others that are just as great and of the same brand. So I'm here for it. I didn't get the notification. Meaning I didn't hear it because I don't keep my phone on me when I'm working. I put it somewhere off somewhere else. And when I need to, I'll go over to it and I'll, look at messages or do whatever I'm going to do on it and then get back to work. So usually, because he brings what I need, he'll text me and ask me, do I need certain things or do I have room for certain things and stuff like that. Well, he didn't text me that. So, like maybe halfway through the shift, it was like literally like halfway through the shift, he ended up sending me a message telling me that the side heifer looked like a termite. I was like, what is wrong? Like, he randomly just said stuff. I just feel like, why? Why is he doing this? Like, why? Golly. Y'all be doing the most having your car. Okay, come on. Having to say, ooh, your car is cute. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, is this red? Because I want it. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Y'all, I'm sorry. I want a red SUV. In particular, a certain year, a certain model. They didn't have it, and I searched high and low, and that is the only reason why I'm in a car. Because I said to myself, if I get a car, it's going to be something in particular and not whatever. And if I'm going to do it, for now, it's going to be the brand of the car that I have currently. And I ended up finding something, and it ended up being what I wanted it to be as far as that is concerned. But my main choice was supposed to be an SUV. Y'all, I fell in love with this SUV that I saw a couple of years ago. And I have been hooked ever since. And I'm like, yes, Lord, I got to get it. And I wanted it in red. They didn't have it in red. And the ones they did have that weren't even in red, they were not up to par. So excuse me for that, y'all. I had to put I was like, wait a minute. Looking in the rearview mirror trying to figure out who that is and what is going on here. That was a cute car. Yes. Anyway, so the dude that sat up here and texted me halfway through the shift telling me that the side heifer looks like a termite. As I've already said to y'all before, I have not worked with her or had to see her like that because we're in the same area. We're not in the same area anymore because she's in the new department, which is off somewhere else, Hallelujah in the name. And I haven't taken the courses, the classes, gotten the training, none of that. So as of right now, I'm safe and have not had to go over there. It's to the point where they are assigning her to come into work. And so she's been pulling 7 days a week. I don't think she's been putting in her form so that she could have her 7th day off. Ooh, child, what's going on? With the police officers, what is going on? So yeah, I haven't had to see her. So unless it's in passing because I'm going to break and she, doing what she doing. Like I see her when she come in because the married dude be propped up in her truck and stupid stuff like that. I just be like, child, y'all are just ridiculous, and I cannot. I don't have to see her. So like I said to y'all before, it's been so peaceful. It really has been very peaceful because she has not been there, and I'm so thankful for that. But yeah. So he just coming out of nowhere talking about she like a termite. I just be like, sir, why do you do this? So I didn't see the message until I went on my break an hour and a half later. And so an hour and a half later, I see both messages. And the second message says they fired me. So I said, you're lying. I was like, I know you lying. And he was like, eventually he responded, he said, I'm not lying, they did fire me. So then I asked him why. And he waited a while, and then he was like, it don't matter. I said, and I was about to say, okay, but I got busy. So I picked my phone up because like I told y'all before, I didn't have my other earbud. So I just was like, I'm not even going to put the other one in my ear. Like, I don't know where it is. If somebody picked it up, I'm not even going to use it anymore. So I didn't hear a notification. So I went up to the phone, and when I did look at the phone, he had said, he had responded back and told me that he had gone to sleep. So he fell asleep when he was supposed to be working, and they caught him. Yeah, that's not even the greatest offense of things that he's done since he's been here. So it's kind of crazy that that's what they get him for. But it gone. He's gone now. They have been firing people like crazy. The other woman's husband, he was asleep on the job, and he fell asleep and got fired. I'm just like, y'all need to go to sleep. I don't understand. Look, for him, I don't understand. Because he literally just came back from vacation. Today was his first day back from vacation. He went up to DC or somewhere in this general area of the DMV, and I think he said DC. He was hanging out with friends and things, and he sent a picture of a menu, and he was like, see, this is the reason, y'all are the reason why I drink. I was like, it ain't me. And I playfully would tell him that we need things now because he was supposed to, bring certain things to us or whatever. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's just because we need the stuff that we ask for now. And he was just like, no, but y'all don't. I was like, but we do though. We need it like right now. So he knows that I'm saying it in a way where I'm being silly. So anyway, this man fired. So everybody up there going around to us, have you heard he got fired? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, child, this other guy that work up there, the one that I said is going to be screwing us over because he's going to go on a vacation. He say he talking about he just taking 2 days off. He says his son graduating. I don't know. I think his kids are small, so it must be like an elementary type situation or junior high. Because I think you're around my age. So I'm like, I know you ain't got no child old enough to be. Well, I can't say that because my best friend's child is 20. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna ask him though. I think his children are young. But he got a graduation to attend. He was like, it's just for 2 days. I was like, sure. But you're screwing us. So far the schedule says that they're screwing us over. On the weekend. And when I tell y'all, when I say us, I'm talking about myself and my partner. Now, I normally work weekends anyway, but since they got the other, since they have the other department up and running, so they think, they need people. They need bodies. So, Either my partner's gonna be over there in the new department, or he gonna be over there doing the type of work that I do. But yeah, it's very annoying because y'all are drafting us. Somebody walked up to me when I was coming back from my last break and asked me when was it gonna end and when were they gonna get new people. And I was like, look, they say they got people in class right now, and I only know one of them that for sure is coming to our shift. The other ones are either going to the shift prior to ours or coming to ours. I have no idea for sure, for certain, because when I asked the person who is in charge of that, she didn't even remember. So I was like, I'm not finna keep rolling up on her, asking her. I don't care. I just want people who are gonna be there, who are gonna come to actual work, do what they're supposed to do, so that I don't have to get drafted. Like, it's stupid. So, but it's stupid. It's still stupid because even if they do come to work, I'm gonna get drafted to stay over. Or I'm gonna get drafted to stay over because they're not allowed to work any overtime, which I think is stupid because we were able and we had to if they needed us. It wasn't excessive like it is now, so I'm just like, y'all need to do something else, honey, because this ain't working. I'm tired of my spirit. Like, my body, like, I haven't felt like this in I don't know how long, where my body was just like, I just had to power through it. Like, I know I was still with my ex, working at this godforsaken place where I was making pennies, nickels, and that. Like, I play and joke, talk about making pennies. I made a couple of pennies today, or them extra little pennies added to my check from whenever I've had to like come in and work on my day off or something like that, or work over. But that was literal pennies that I was working for. Peanuts, pennies, whatever. It was nothing. And I was going half on bills with my ex, and he had started making way more money, much more money than me. And he was just the type where he felt like it's supposed to be half, even though he tried to sell that dream of, oh, well, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to get in this position. I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to buy a car. And because he already knew what the situation was before I got my Vic that I had to, when I had to. Well, I did. I had a Crown Vic, for those of y'all who don't know. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. Not a whole lot, but I mentioned it enough. I had a Crown Vic, and all I've had were Crown Vics. I've had 2 cars my entire life before this one, so this makes the 3rd one. And I'm bordering on 40. So, the 2 cars before this one were Crown Vics. I love Crown Vics. I love Chevy Caprices. I still want a Chevy Caprice that I'll pull out every now and again and, you know, drive around in, be riding around and getting it in that. But it's a beautiful car. But anyway, I loved my Crown Vic. It is what it is, but I was just like, what I'm not finna do is sit up here. And all I knew was, I said, if the check engine light or something come on out of nowhere, it's gonna be meant for me to get this car. When I tell y'all the check engine light hadn't come on at all of a sudden, when it was close to the time for me to get this car, the check engine light came. I said, I'm not putting no more money into this car. And when I tell y'all, I have changed out major parts and stuff in it, like everything short of the motor and the transmission, which were still in awesome condition, which is why every time I would go and get my inspections, the people who were doing my inspections were like, yeah, you ready to sell it yet? Because they wanted to put the work into it so that they could take it places and put it on tracks and all. Like, them people were sitting at wharf, and these were reputable places, so it ain't like it was just some old underground, I'm just gonna throw a sticker on here and say she passed the inspection but she didn't. Like, no. Like, they live at the track on the weekends and all this stuff at these racetracks. So yeah, y'all. Anyway, moving along. People done got fired left and right, and I'm just like, it's y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better finding people who are actually gonna do what they're supposed to do. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Come on, Cadillac. Come on, pink Cadillac. It's this woman here. She specifically purchased a pink Cadillac, and she keeps it in pristine condition. Yes, ma'am. Cute Cadillac. It's the SUV Cadillac SUV, whatever it is, and it's everything. Child, I should have went, and I think I know who that is. Don't look up in this car, but moving right along. Today has still been a day despite all of that, because oh my gosh, remember I told y'all that the other shifts are spoiled? So the person that I stayed over with yesterday, I tell him all, like I tell him all the time, I'm like, y'all spoiled. They bring y'all all of this stuff, but on our shift, they make a point to tell us, oh well, y'all can't have this. Don't order this. You can't have this. But they roll it out for y'all. Man, today I said, hey, so I cleared this out for you. I want to make sure you had room for all the nice new shiny stuff they gonna send to y'all, because you know that's how they do y'all. You know, I ain't had no red carpet to roll out for you, so my bad. My partner was dying. The other dude was dying, and y'all, I kept adding extra stuff to it. Like, I kept checking back every couple of minutes, and I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you don't need this?" The last thing I said to him made that man take his glasses off his face and look at me like this. Oh my God. He was like, I told you I don't ask them to send that stuff to me. They just send it. I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Y'all be in the meeting and them supposed to be sending it off. And then the people will come over the radio like, hey, y'all need to put this in there and this. I'm like, child, y'all want the world. Because when I stayed over yesterday, and people were sending it off there, I was like, ain't nobody say nothing all day on my shift. But when we get to y'all shift, y'all, it's time to act a fool. It's time to act a fool. And I'm just like, nah, bro, y'all doing too much. Y'all are doing the absolute most. And then, like, because I went on break, and then somebody gonna say, oh, well, this ain't what it need to be. What? It was fine when I was on my shift. And then y'all lying, trying to make it seem like it's something that is not. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for it. Nope. I don't have time for it. I was so glad when it was time for me to go. That's another reason why I don't be wanting to stay over. Because they be so bougie, and they just think that everything is just owed to them, and that they everything when they ain't. And I'm like, please go somewhere else. Please go somewhere with all this foolishness. I feel like I'm leaving some more stuff out, because so much random stuff be popping off. What else? Y'all, I'm at the house, as they say around here. The house, the house. I remember when I first got here, and I used to hear these people say certain things. I was like, what? Like, they really say house. Like, what is a house, honey? What is going on? I know I'm country, but Lord, y'all be doing the most. I feel like I'm leaving something out. What am I leaving out? I think it's supposed to rain a little bit. Let y'all get into my matching. I got my glasses matching my little work shirt today. The people ain't know how to take it. I'm like, oh, I tried to tell y'all that I have things. I gotta pull things out the bag sometimes. But I really feel like I'm leaving something out. What is it? I really feel like I'm leaving something out. I don't know what it is. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to try my best to go inside. And even though these curls are still popping, I'm telling y'all, I still look at them. Look at them. It's just the gray hairs. And I sleep real wild. So if you disregard the fact that I sleep wild, like, look at this. Judge this side. Because the other side, that's the main side I sleep on. It still look good. But I want to do something to my hair. I want to do a protective style. I'm debating on if I'm going to do it now. We're going to see how I feel once I get in the house. Okay, y'all? Pray for me. Hopefully I will want to do it. And I'll get it done hours before I have to go down and go to sleep. I said go down. Like I got to be put down like a baby. Before I, take my behind to sleep for work. Because unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow unless they call me off. Which still is going to screw me because that means I'm going to probably have to come in Thursday. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm about to go in here and try to enjoy today. Because it's gotten to the point where I don't be knowing what day is what and which day is which. And child, I just be like, I don't know. Y'all excuse me. I feel like I'm leaving something out. Like, watch, as soon as I cut this off, I'm gonna remember all kinds of stuff. But anyway, thank y'all for bearing with me with all this foolishness I be telling y'all about. I know y'all were bored today with what I was telling y'all. I just had to tell y'all a little bit. It wasn't that bad today. My head trying to hurt a little bit, but that's just because I had a lot going on at work today. But all right, y'all, take care. Bye.